On the day of the wedding, the stepmother demanded that the woman marry a poor young man. However, her sister suddenly snatched the marriage contract and claimed that she would marry him instead. The stepmother was confused and repeatedly asked why she refused to marry into a wealthy family and instead chose a poor man. The sister calmly stated that the poor young man would eventually become the richest man in the world, and she intended to become the one and only wife of a future billionaire. Little did they know, both sisters had been reborn. In their previous life, the sister had married a wealthy businessman. However, on the wedding day, she discovered that he was paralyzed in both legs. She immediately mocked his disability, humiliating him without restraint. Unable to bear the psychological pressure, he eventually lost control and spiraled into emotional collapse. Meanwhile, the woman had used her medical skills to help the poor young man rise to become the richest man in the world. This made the sister deeply jealous, driving her into madness, and in the end, both of them suffered tragic consequences. When the woman opened her eyes again, she realized she had been reborn on the very day of the wedding. This time, her sister was the first to grab the marriage contract and married the poor young man. She also handed the wealthy businessman's wedding token, a jade pendant, to the woman. When the sister saw the poor young man arriving on a motorcycle, she happily took his arm and prepared to leave with him. But at that moment, a luxury car arrived. Everyone was shocked and envious. A driver stepped out and invited the woman to get in. Her father stopped her and gave her a box. The stepmother, assuming it contained something valuable, immediately tried to intervene. However, when the box was opened and revealed medical texts and acupuncture manuals, the stepmother dismissed her and told her to leave quickly. The woman went alone to the wealthy businessman's home. Facing her hot-tempered husband, she calmly stated that she could cure his legs. The wealthy businessman told her not to waste her time, but she immediately took out silver needles. When he instinctively tried to push her away, she soothed him and told him to relax. Soon after, his paralyzed legs miraculously stood up again. The wealthy businessman wanted to reward her generously, but she refused. Because of her selfless attitude, his grandmother greatly valued her and gave her a family heirloom bracelet. Meanwhile, the sister successfully married the poor young man. Not long after the wedding, he revealed his true nature, spending his days idling around. He even demanded that she give him $1 million for investments. Still determined to become the wife of a future billionaire, the sister handed over her entire dowry, holding on to the belief that one day she would make the woman jealous. Later, the sister and her husband returned home with cheap gifts. The sister enjoyed everyone's admiration and publicly slandered the wealthy businessman, claiming he was disabled and that the woman had run away because she could not accept it, using this to prove she was living a better life. But at that moment, the woman arrived in a luxury car. The sister was instantly shocked. Even so, she still mocked the woman for returning empty-handed. Then the wealthy businessman sent people to deliver gold, silver, and jewelry, but the sister insisted it was a surprise prepared by her poor husband. This only made the stepmother hate the woman even more. The stepmother then teamed up with the villagers to try to drive the woman and her father out of the village. The critical moment, the woman's husband appeared. This left the sister completely stunned and unable to accept reality. However, she still stubbornly insisted that her poor husband would eventually become the richest man in the world.